What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's main event heavyweight clash between the American Olympian Richard Torrez Jr. and the Italian Olympic slugger Guido Vianello. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please hit subscribe? Could you also like this video, as well as go down to the bottom of the screen right now and hit that bell notification button so you can be notified every time I put something out that's new. Thank you. All right, guys, all week we've been going over, previewing, analyzing, and predicting this top rank card taking place this weekend in Vegas. Finally, we're at the coup de grace, the main event, the heavyweights take over between 6'2" southpaw Kiki Torrez Jr. and the giant Italian 6'6" slugger Guido Vianello. Guys, we know both gentlemen have been promoted by Top Rank their entire careers. Both guys want huge fights, and this is kind of like who sits at the top of the mountain within our sort of umbrella, and whoever wins this one probably is going to get a huge fight next. Vianello's more of a little bit of a slugger, a little bit of a brawler, tends to come in and throw bombs a little bit more reckless than his opponent. He does have two losses. One was a split decision loss to a very tough Ajaba. The heavyweight division, we know these guys are so giant, mostly everyone has power in terms of you get touched once in the wrong spot, you could go out. So you have to mind your P's and Q's, you have to be defensively sound, and you have to take your shots when they come. The heavyweight division is one of these divisions. If you get on your front foot and overswing and force something that isn't there, you could get countered and be made to pay and wake up on your back. So that's why the heavyweight division is exciting, and people are excited about this fight. With Kiki Torrez, this is an American Olympian. This is a beloved fighter. His fan base is growing with every fight. He only turned pro in 2022. He has an exciting style as well. He's very aggressive. But the southpaw is a little bit more defensively, technically sound. He does take risks, and he loves a firefight. We just haven't seen yet in his short career anyone make him pay for it. His knockout streak ended by a disqualification, which is wild when you think about it. He's knocked everybody out except one, and the one guy he didn't knock out got DQ'd because he spit his mouthpiece out. So in this video, we're going to be going over this fight a little bit more in detail, see what the guys have been up to. Stay tuned to the end of the video because I will give you my prediction, and we'll talk about those Vegas odds and show you where to make the most out of your money. Now let's talk a little bit about this event in Vegas this weekend. Guys, rising heavyweights Richard Torrez Jr. and Guido the Gladiator Vianello will clash in a high-stakes 10-round main event on Saturday, April 5th at the Pro Concert Theater at Palms Casino Resort in Vegas. Torrez, a U.S. Olympic silver medalist, takes a seismic step up in class against the battle-tested Italian Olympian. Promoted by Top Rank, the entire Torrez-Vianello card will stream live and exclusively on ESPN Plus in the U.S. This has all the makings of a heavyweight classic. Two athletic big men with power and tremendous determination, said Top Rank chairman Bob Arum. Top Rank has promoted Richard and Guido from the start of their respectful professional careers, and I look forward to seeing how the fight unfolds at the Palms Casino Resort. Torrez, who hails from the farming community of Tulare, California, captured Olympic silver in the super heavyweight division in Tokyo. A southpaw volume puncher, he turned pro the following March with a second-round stoppage of Alan Nelson. Torrez, a high school valedictorian who builds model rockets in his spare time, has since skyrocketed himself from prospect to contender. Last May, he dismantled fellow unbeaten Brandon Moore in 5 rounds. His knockout streak ended last September, like I told you guys, after Joey Duechko was disqualified for repeatedly spitting out his mouthpiece. Torrez got back on the knockout train in December with the 3rd round blitzing of Mexico's Isaac Munoz. And I quote, "This is something I've been working towards a long time," Torrez said. "I want to prove that I'm the best heavyweight out there and show what American heavyweights are made of. When they offered me Guido, I didn't hesitate. I'm ready to go." End quote. Born and raised in Rome, Vianello, who's 13-2-1 with 11 KOs, had 4 first-round knockouts in his 7 fights before being held to a draw against Kingsley Ibe. He reignited his career in 2024 with a first-round stoppage of Moses Johnson and a split decision defeat to top contender Efe Ajagba in a Fight of the Year candidate. Last August, he traveled to Quebec City, Canada, and beat down local favorite Arslanbek Makhmudov en route to an 8th-round TKO. He now hopes to upend another decorated home country hero, and I quote, Vianello said, "I'm excited for this fight. After fighting Makhmudov, I showed I was ready for anyone. Richard is a talented young fighter, but he's never faced anyone like me. I will show myself to be Top Rank's best heavyweight and move on to challenge for world titles." End quote. Guys, this is exciting. One 6'6", one 6'2". Stylistically, heavyweights. You got orthodox versus southpaw. They're both going to be throwing punches and bunches. It's going to come down to who can take whose shot better, Who's more resilient? Who has the better chin? And who finds the mark? Accuracy is going to be a key here, so don't forget about that. Now let's take a closer look at what Guido Vianello's been up to in his career. Guys, the Italian's 13-2-1 with 11 knockouts. He carries into the ring an 85% career knockout to win ratio. And out of 1,553 heavyweights in the world, he's ranked number 25. I should also mention he's the number 1 ranked heavyweight out of 18 in Italy. His adoring fans call him the Gladiator, and the 30-year-old Italian's an orthodox fighter standing at 6'6" with a 79-inch reach. We last saw him fight Makhmudov, 19-1, knockout in the 8th. Ajagba, 19-1, lost the split in the 10th. Moses Johnson, 11-1, knockout in the 1st. Harper, 14-9, won a UD in the 8th. Jonathan Rice, 15-6, he got knocked out in the 7th. All it takes is one bad decision, one bad moment, one moment of lapse, of mental non-focusing in a fight in this division, and you could end up with your lights out. It's going to be a fun fight to watch how that narrative plays out, and I'm banking on things are going to start off right off the bat. I don't expect too big of a feeling out process. Fighting is in these guys' DNA. They're both under the top-ranked banner. They're headlining their own event. It's going to be fun. Let's take a closer look at Kiki. Guys, Richard Torrez Jr. is 12-0 with 11 knockouts. He carries into the ring a 92% career knockout to win ratio. Out of 1,553 heavyweights, he's ranked number 21st in the world. And of the 374 in America, he's number 3. The 25-year-old American's a southpaw standing at 6'2" with a 76-inch reach. He hails from Tulare, California, USA. We last saw him fight Munoz Gutierrez, 18-1, knockout in the 3rd. Dueco, 28-11, that was the DQ in the 5th for spinning the mouthpiece out. Moore, 14-0, knockout in the 5th. Hainsworth, 18-8, knockout in the 1st. Harper, 14-10, knockout in the 8th. So guys, with Richard Torrez Jr., it's interesting. Until you look up his stats and you look up how big he is, I don't think many people understand that he's 6'2" with a really long reach. When you watch him fight in the ring on your TV, he moves like a lighter guy. He doesn't move like a giant dude, and that's what makes him scary. His explosivity, his volume, his cardio, his power. And coming from that southpaw angle, he wings punches from an unorthodox angle sometimes and catches guys right on the chin. He's an accurate puncher for a heavyweight as well. When I look at both guys side by side, obviously 6'6", 6'2". Is Torrez Jr., is Kiki going to be able to make up that distance and range with his jab? And will the Italian be able to make Torrez Jr. pay for it when he's coming in? It's going to come down once again to that front lead foot. Orthodox versus southpaw. One's going to want to circle away from the power, and one's going to want to walk his opponent into that power side. You got to think Torrez Jr. is going to want to use his lead jab, slip, and then walk Guido into that backhand, walking him onto something. And I could definitely see that happening. But then again, I could see Guido popping his jab, bang, bang, and walking Torrez Jr. with his aggression into his backhand. We don't have those answers, but right now I want to take a look at those Vegas odds and see where the bettors, where you guys are putting your money. As of now, the Sportsbet app down here in Australia has Richard Torrez Jr. as the favorite. $100 on the money line gets you 44 in return. 17-1 on the draw. I don't know the last time we saw a heavyweight draw. The last time I watched a heavyweight draw in person, I think it was Tyson Fury and Wilder. Anyway, Guido Vianello is the underdog. 3-1, almost exactly. $100 gets you 300 back if you pick Guido just to win. Now the method of victory, here's some fun bets, something for you guys to think about, either to take it outright or put on your parlay. Torrez Jr. to win a points decision, 3-1. So you go from getting $44 on the money line to 300 on the 100 if he wins a decision. Meaning though, if Torrez Jr. knocks Guido out, you lose your bet. Torrez Jr. by knockout, 235. So 100 gets you 235 back. He's a knockout artist. That's a fun bet. Guido to win a decision, almost 6-1. And the same odds on Guido to win by knockout, 6-1. So the money on Guido, people are saying that they could possibly see him winning a decision if he does win in the same statistics and ratio of him winning by knockout, 570-1. But with Richard Torrez, all the money, obviously due to his 12-0 record, 11 knockouts, him being a knockout artist, all the money's going on that 2-1 for Torrez knocking Guido out. Here's my prediction. I like the way both guys carries themselves, but it always has to come back down when you have these rising contenders, in my opinion, from a psychological perspective. Have you been knocked out before? Have you lost before? That matters, guys, and I can't speak on that enough regarding going into a high-stakes fight like this. The risks you're going to take. Are you going to hesitate? Are you going to fight like you've always fought? And all that being said, I'm going to take that method of victory bet. I think Torrez Jr., I think Kiki is going to find a home for his backhand. I think he's going to knock Guido out In the comment section below, you don't have to agree with me. Let me know how you guys think this fight's gonna go. Are you taking the American or are you taking the Italian? Also, guys, if you haven't watched my feature on the co-main on this card between two rising contenders, the Mexican Lindolfo Delgado taking on the Dominican Elvis Rodriguez, stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.